You know, these days, keeping a marriage alive and growing is difficult enough, but when your spouse is involved with your business, it becomes doubly challenging, or is it a double opportunity? Thanks for joining me on WowBiz Weekly today. My name's Lynn Hinderrocker, and I have a great first guest. And then after that, stick around here on WowBizTV.com because I've got two fabulous guests, very different. This is an eclectic show that demonstrates success. And by the way, the whole show is due in large part to Creighton University and particularly Dr. Tony Hendrickson, who is the dean over there in the College of Business Administration. So how about it? We've got a lot of college students in the audience. How about saying, hey, let's go? Yeah. Before I move off that point, you should know as you watch this show, because I know you're going, where did this come from? What's this all about? These students are Dean's Fellows. They are active participants in the content and the guests that are, you'll see showcased right here on this program. They contribute, they do all kinds of research and think about the companies, and they insist that some of the guests you'll meet today are here, and we talk about their evolution, their journey towards success here in the Omaha, Nebraska area. So it's a very exciting partnership, and I'm so glad to have you here. All right, my first guest, like I said before, this is a couple, and they do something very interesting, very creative couple. They are writers. He does some painting. He's a musician. They do podcasting. These are clever, creative people from the new era. They're Gen X. Please welcome my good friends right now from Big Ink, right here in the Mastercraft building, Mr. Wayne and Lori Brecky. Wayne and Lori, please come join me. Hey, Wayne. Good to see you. Lori, how are you? Great to see you guys.
Thanks for having us on.
I remember when I bopped my head into your cool little loft office, and I thought, wow, what's going on here with these two? And I found out you were married, and I thought, oh man, this business ain't gonna last. You know? But as it turns out, you've been working together professionally for some time. Isn't that right, Wayne?
Yeah, I think it's been about 8 years we've been together.
Is that right?
At least working together probably in the last...
Almost since the beginning when we started dating.
Right,
actually.
pretty much.
Is that right? So you kind of had similar professional interests at that time, and kind of started doing stuff together collaboratively before you were married, really?
Well, yeah, actually I think it was more that we just kind of knew that we're both entrepreneurs and we wanted to do something. And we thought, well, let's,
might as well do it with somebody who actually cares about me,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very, very good. Well, tell us a little bit about Big Ink first, and just very briefly. Do you do just writing then? Are you a writing boutique essentially?
Yeah, for the most part, we're a creative writing firm. So we do a lot of things like writing product descriptions for online web retailers. We do web copy. We do marketing copy. Anything that has to have a specific voice for just a wide variety of clients.
Yeah, great, Wayne. And how about blogging? I know that's a new thing on social media. Do you get involved in some of that or not?
Yeah, we do. We definitely have a couple of clients that we write blogs for. And we also hire freelance writers too.
Okay, so you subcontract some work out to subs.
Absolutely.
So this would be called kind of like a virtual organization in a way? Is that what they would refer to it?
Yeah, and it's moving closer. The business model is a little bit different, and we definitely can have people that are writing in their spare time or want to be full-time copywriters. So they can work from anywhere. We've got people that help us with copywriting in California, as well as in Omaha.
Very
Could be
cool.
from wherever.
This is the new business model. A lot of baby boomers or executive CEOs are watching this interview right now. I want to tell you, and they're thinking to themselves, can my business be outsourced like that? Can my business be a distributed network of specialized services? I mean, that's a very interesting consideration. I actually read a book a while back called The Centerless Corporation, and it's kind of like you have one area that's kind of the brand and the administrative stuff, but everything else, production, marketing, sales, finance even, all of that can theoretically be outsourced with tremendous savings and actually a more nimble edge.
Right,
you know?
right.
Very interesting. Well, tell me now, what are the complications? All right, do you get? I mean, what's it like to work with your
There's no
wife?
complications.
It's
It's
bliss.
seamless.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, you
Easy.
go home at night, you're making. Do you have children then?
Yeah, we don't have children together, but yes, we do have a house full sometimes.
Okay, so you've got all these responsibilities. Do you ever say, I hated the stuff you wrote today. What, we're going to lose that client because of that? Does it bleed over into your personal life or what?
Oh, wow.
Huh?
Yeah, definitely.
It does. Good.
She's the
I thought we
editor,
were going to
so
hear no, we don't have issues like that.
No,
Yeah,
it's very, sometimes it's complicated, but the thing is we found that we're a pretty good team. So, but doesn't mean that you're not going to take it personally. When she edits my stuff, I get very disappointed and don't talk to her for a while. But we work it out.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. Yes.
It's about working it out. And I think it makes us stronger as a couple because we can do the same thing in our personal life as we do in our business life. I mean, you have to work as a team no matter what. And it doesn't mean that everybody's going to like each other on the team or whatnot. But we feel like when you do something like this, if you're working with your spouse or your significant other, finding that yin to your yang is probably the most important. So.
It seems to me like you'd have to have an extra degree of maturity or what I would call emotional intelligence to be able to do this. Tell me about
The
that.
exact
Yeah, I'm not going to talk
opposite.
about
The exact opposite? This is for people who have no clue.
Exactly. It's so much easier if you don't know exactly what you're doing.
I like this wisdom. It's very primal, but I'm thinking you're absolutely correct. Well, tell me, how do you divvy up projects? Or do you just look at each other and say, do you want to do this one, or I'll do that one? Or how does it go?
Skill sets. I mean, we both know what the other's strengths
Right.
are. So we're like, I know you would be better at this. You tackle it.
Okay.
And it's usually where our interests lie too. So I'm more interested in, writing food blogs and different things like that. And
Okay.
Wayne's like awesome at marketing writing and like keeping it succinct and quick and perfect.
Yeah,
So
because as we know, copywriting is the art of writing short sentences, right? I mean, that's
Right.
that
It's
is
not like we're writing stories or we're really just taking our time now. We're spitting out product descriptions or
Right.
you really have to be on your toes,
Quick,
coming up
fast.
with great succinct copy.
Yeah, but it's interesting that you just say that because, of course, storytelling is kind of the new wave of marketing,
Yes.
with this whole new thing with blogs and less buy our product, but more about how people maybe used our product and they had their interesting life unfold in positive ways. You know what I'm talking about?
Definitely. But it's also keeping it succinct, especially
Yes.
online.
Yeah.
You can't go on and on for pages and pages because nobody wants to scroll down.
Yeah,
They want to read it fast, quick, so you have to get in and out.
sure.
They're beating that internet ADD is basically what our job is.
Yeah, and you have to fit into that very limited scope of attention. Give us one, before we wrap up here, give us one quick tip, because there are lots of people out there, family businesses, whether the wife or the husband actively claims a professional role, they're collaborating anyway, all right? So give us one quick tip as to how couples in particular can survive and the marriage can actually prosper because of the interaction that takes place at work. Let's start with you. We're going to get one from
Okay.
both of you. What's a good tip?
I would say keep your sense of humor.
Just keep it light.
Keep it light,
Yeah.
especially when things are starting to get tough and maybe you're starting to fight. Find something that is funny.
Yeah, focus your attention, because that is the ultimate choice, where you place your attention.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a wonderful point. Give us one here.
Well, I would say no TV in the bedroom, but really it's about
is a
communication.
tip.
And that is a
Come
tip, say sure. But really it's communication. It's
Yeah.
communication on the job and it's communication after you leave the office and
Yeah.
you're back home. Whether it's positive or negative, to me it's all about communication.
You can't store it up. You got to let it out, right?
You gotta let it out no matter what, and you gotta know how to get over those kind of obstacles with any relationship. Doesn't matter if you're working with your partner or not, but it does help.
Yeah.
So communication really is the key. I think.
Okay. Wayne, before we wrap up here, I hear you're also a musician and a podcaster, a veteran. Tell us just a quick little bit about your background in that regard. I find that interesting.
Oh yeah, I've been a podcaster for 6 years now. I started with a show called Worlds of Wayne. Guinea pig show. I've got a show called Necronomicast, which is all about horror. We interview horror celebrities and actors and stuntmen, and then we have.
Who would have thought on a local business podcast we'd be talking to a horror writer? Somehow it's perfect and ironic at the same time. Yeah, okay, keep going.
It's an audio podcast, so it's great. We get to interview people over the phone, and then Lori and I have one. We wanted to actually, believe it or not, work again together and do a show because we both like to talk on the mic, and so we have a show called 5 O'Clock Lifestyle, which is all about cocktails and happy hour appetizers. So we get to talk about the things.
I think maybe if I ever have a party, a Wild Biz party, you guys should be a part of it. You can catalyze it.
A lot of people think that.
We'll have it.
We should.
You're
We're really good at
absolutely-
that.
All right,
We're
good.
really good at that.
How about it for Wayne and Lori Brecky, ladies and gentlemen? Big Ink! Big Ink, thanks so much for coming.
Thanks.
Pleasure to have you. We'll be right back on Wild Biz Weekly. Thank you so very much for watching it right here on Wild Biz TV. Bye-bye.